In a world where headlines often treat divorce as a final full stop, a whisper from the edges of the entertainment industry suggests something far less definitive. According to purely fictional sources close to the matter, actress Caitriona Balfe may be reconsidering a chapter many assumed was long closed, her past marriage. And if that chapter were to reopen, one question would eclipse all others. What would Sam's reaction be? The idea itself sounds like a screenplay twist. Divorce, after all, is typically framed as an ending, an irrevocable break, a clean slate. Yet life, as storytellers love to remind us, rarely follows straight lines. In this imagined scenario, Caitriona's journey after divorce has been marked not by bitterness, but by reflection. Friends describe her as unusually calm, someone who views the past not as a mistake to erase, but as a lesson worth revisiting. A quiet reconnection. Fictional insiders claim the spark didn't reignite with a dramatic confession or a chance meeting under flashing cameras. Instead, it began quietly, occasional messages, practical conversations that gradually drifted toward memories and shared laughter. There was no rush, no promises. Just two people acknowledging that time had changed them. People grow apart, but they also grow up, says one anonymous voice in this fictional account. What broke them before doesn't necessarily exist anymore. In this imagined narrative, Caitriona's ex-husband is portrayed not as a shadow from her past, but as someone who has done his own work, therapy, distance, humility. The idea of reconciliation isn't fueled by nostalgia alone, but by a mutual sense that the people they are now might fit better than the people they once were. Sam at the center of the storm. Of course, no story involving Caitriona would feel complete without the presence, real or perceived, of Sam. In the public imagination, Sam has long been linked to her life, her career, and her emotional world. In this fictional telling, news of a possible reunion doesn't leave him indifferent. At first, the reaction is said to be disbelief. Sam, accustomed to seeing Caitriona as fiercely independent after her divorce, struggles to reconcile that image with the idea of her looking backward. Why reopen an old wound? He reportedly wonders in this imagined account. Then comes something more complicated: introspection. Sam's fictional reaction isn't explosive jealousy or public outrage. Instead, it's quiet discomfort, the kind that forces a person to confront unspoken feelings. Was he ever just a friend? Did he assume a place in Caitriona's future that was never promised? And, perhaps most unsettling of all, did he take her presence in his life for granted? Public image versus private truth. In this fictional universe, Caitriona understands the risks. Reuniting with an ex isn't just an emotional gamble, it's a reputational one. Fans romanticize resilience, not reconciliation. The narrative of moving on is far more palatable than looking back. Yet Caitriona, in this imagined article, appears unmoved by the noise. Happiness doesn't follow trends, she supposedly confides to a friend. Sometimes strength is choosing what's right for you, even if it confuses everyone else. Sam, too, faces the weight of public perception in this scenario. Any visible reaction, supportive or otherwise, would be dissected, interpreted, and amplified. Remaining silent might be the wisest option, but silence has a way of speaking volumes. Is divorce really the end? At the heart of this fictional story lies a provocative idea. Divorce may mark the end of a marriage, but not necessarily the end of a relationship's meaning. Time can soften anger, clarify priorities, and reveal what truly mattered, and what didn't. Whether Caitriona ultimately reunites with her ex-husband in this imagined narrative remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that the possibility alone reshapes the emotional landscape around her. It challenges assumptions about closure, independence, and the neat boxes we place around other people's lives. And Sam? In this fictional telling, his reaction becomes a mirror rather than a verdict, reflecting not just his feelings for Caitriona, but his understanding of love itself. Sometimes, the most powerful response isn't to fight or flee, but to accept that someone else's story may continue in a direction you never expected.